Alright, we're live, guys. Knockstar won the unbiased voice of the underground. Glad I caught this early. My webcam's not plugged in, guys. One sec. You guys just see me ignore somebody on stream live. I don't got time right now, but it's okay. Knockstar won the unbiased voice of the underground. Guys, what do we got going on today? I'm gonna call Link Pello, see if he picks up. So, how do I mute this? Link Pello. Knockstar won. What's up, my boy? I just started streaming. I thought I would have to coordinate you answering, but we're Gucci, so we're already live.
Yes, sir. Here, let me hop on my computer, though.
All right.
Well, I'm already on, but let me just pull up Discord.
All right, your Gucci bandana. Yeah, man. Somebody just called me, like I started my live and they called me and I just was like, didn't answer. That was fucking crazy. That was raw how that just happened. We might have lost connection. Let me plug in my headphones so I can hear you. Yeah, Knockstar won the unbiased voice of the underground. Link, can you hear me? He's gonna call back.
Dude, my Wi-Fi is like absolute dog shit. My bad.
No, you're Gucci. But yeah, man, what you got going on?
Not a whole lot, Gray. I'm just putting together me and Cujo's project. I'm about to just name it Spiral Theory and call it a day.
That's fire. But yeah, man, we here, we in Dubai, we rich. You're Mark Zuckerberg. It's all good. It's all coming together.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish I would have.
I've been going crazy on the rap roots, bro. Alright, you remember how many subscribers I said last time I talked to you?
I don't think you told me how many was on Rap Roots, just how many was on Link Pello Beats.
Well, I was at 680 last time we talked on Discord when I was telling you I was getting 20 subs a day.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. How many do you think I'm at right now?
830.
At that rate, let me see, 870 or 867.
Ooh, I see. I was close. I should have bumped it up, but that's 200. Listen to that. That's immense. That's exponential growth. Look at now, Link. Now, okay, everything we know now. Talking to ourselves 4 or 5 years ago when we were hanging out with Joey and Phantom and them. Wouldn't you say it's rather easy to re-rock this YouTube shit?
Well, I realized it's a lot easier to start because so many people have dead channels that like they tried some shit with, got like 100, 200 subscribers, and then never did anything with. If people started posting shorts on those channels, they'd go up. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but you can bring it from base 0 to 800 just as easy, bro.
I've just realized it's a lot harder to do it from base 0, but you can do that 1,000%. I just haven't figured that out yet because I've been trying, bro, with other, because I've made a couple other channels and I've been trying to do the same thing, and it's just like
Well,
it's not rolling.
I think what it
It's not
is
rolling
is
how it is.
the first 200 subscribers is the most depressing state of any YouTube channel, dude. It's the first 200 because my Lil Knockstar still doesn't have 200. And I started my Knockstar 1 channel after my Lil Knockstar channel. My Knockstar 1 channel's busting, you know what I mean? So that's proof that even starting from 0, you can, because my Lil Knockstar 1, I'm just now realizing, oh, I need to implement with the shorts, I need to implement it into my artistry to grow that at a constant pace too.
Facts, I also need to do, which I need to keep posting shorts on my channel as well, like just clips on my music videos that people haven't seen.
Yeah,
Shit
or
like
Demon
that.
Trauma, all that shit.
All that shit, bro. What was I gonna say? Um, I also realized on Rap Roots, my so I posted a short of Nas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like before I posted it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna take this clip that I'm posting of, and I'm gonna take the long form of it, like 4 minutes of the longer version of it, and I'm gonna put that in long form on Rap Roots, and then I'm gonna put it in the related video and see if it gets it views. And so I did that, and then that video did 10K, and then
The long
the
form
long
did.
form did like 2K, 2.2K.
Okay, so look, hang on, let's just go back to that. You, like, knowing what we know now, you would say it's easy to put your hand into this YouTube shit, into the algorithm, right?
It well, I've been seeing both sides of it because I got a few different channels, and like so because I can see from certain people's point of views, they'll think like, oh, this shit's difficult, but like once you get it rolling though, it's easy
So
for
it's
sure.
easy. So
But
that's the thing, dude, like, but now, right, for it took us 27 years, bro, like, to really lock it in and really be like, oh, this shit is easy. And this shit is easy for, no, like, clarify. This shit is easy for a regular nigga. This shit, not, like, your Link Pello, we're 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 the same as regular niggas, but we have components and functions that we have that other people don't have, as far as like FL Studio, Blender, Adobe, Unity, all these things. We know Jesse, like, that's a function and a component that other niggas don't have. So, but the YouTube shit is easy for a regular nigga. We have all the elements, my nigga. That's how I know we're already rich, is because, and dude, what I'm doing in, bro. So you seen the first person shooter?
first person shooter mode, no, I don't think I did.
Oh well, there's I did. It's not a full game or anything, but I
You made a game.
yeah. Well, I put my digital chain into Unity and my character, and then you have a Glock, and it's in first person mode, and you can shoot the bullet, and it actually goes. So I got a baseline. Now all I got to do is maps and add like slide and shit like that.
You're a madman saying, all right, bro. You know what I thought of the other day?
Hmm.
So look, bro, we can't get too far off track. We gotta stay on topic, but because this,
This
all right,
is the
all right.
topic.
Let me start with this. All right, so we gotta. I need to code something. So I've been making AI vocal models, right?
Yeah.
I want to code. Well, there's two things I want to code. Which one of them I don't think I'd be
Write
able.
them
I
down on
should. One of
paper.
them I already got them wrote down. But the first one is so there's AI softwares that'll clip podcasts for you automatically,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think there's one that separates it by voice. You know what I
Elaborate on
mean?
separated by voice.
So I've been trying to make AI models, and like I'll go through and fucking listen to a whole Nardwar interview and try to take just Nardwar's voice, and it'll take me an hour to split it all into fucking just Nardwar's voice from the person he's interviewing.
Mm.
But if you had a plugin that automatically splits every time a certain
That
person
could
talks, it'd
identify
also
the
be beneficial.
model. It might be my shit
Yeah,
too.
it could identify their voice and split it
Yeah, you're onto something.
by each person's voice. You know what I'm saying? And you could either I would fucking use it.
Nah, dog, you're seen. Oh yeah.
Okay, and then
Go ahead for the second one.
for the second one, it would be basically just an auto tune plugin, right?
Mm-hmm.
But instead of an auto tune plugin, it would be AI vocals, and you could
Fuck.
you could pick different models through a list of artists,
Okay, look,
like
Link.
and it would be real time because you'd have to do it real time too. So like you get what I'm saying. So you could literally rap into the mic and then hear your voice and Drake's voice.
So look, you just
It would
woke
be
up.
illegal though.
You just woke up. No, cause it's for fun. That's the thing is they'll buy your application to use. Now, if they put music out using your app, that's on them. You can build whatever you want and sell it. But listen to this, Link. Oh yeah, but it would have the likeness of them. Okay, but that's why you don't do it like that. Make it downloadable packages separate from the.
Yeah, that's
Okay. So, but let me.
you can have it from your customer base, like type shit, so that they can
Yeah.
make their own models.
Exactly. That's
And
all
you
you'd have to
can't
do.
control what model
But what do you want me to do, right?
Hey,
Look,
they made a Drake model.
look, Link. You just went from owning 2 tech companies to owning 4 tech companies. Cause look, you by having that idea, you own the company now, right? And we grew up 27 years. We learned in algebra in school, never use that shit. Learning history in school, they can't even actually teach you real history by law. So check me out, bro. We were funneled through a system, a garbage system that we literally could not use any of it. And it teaches you not to fail because the more you fail, it doesn't teach you that, oh, failure leads to success. It doesn't teach you that. So it doesn't teach you to keep trying at one thing, even if it's not working out. So but let me land. So, Link, we thought our whole lives that building tech companies was impossible to do. We thought we had to go to Harvard. We thought we had to be Mark Zuckerberg. Link, I am telling you right now, you can code both of those apps within the next 48 to 72 hours if you just jumped on it and locked in, which you don't have to do. You can make this a week-long thing, a month-long thing, but you should stream the process if you do. But what, dude, I'm telling you, chat fucking, man, I'm going to slow it down. So what I did was I showed you the scrollable 3D social media I made, right? It had the little post content button, and then it had the little menus that said go to your profile, notifications, whatever, right? I showed you that. I added a database, right? Which is so it's like, on Twitter you can go, so every direct message I've ever sent you is logged and databased somewhere, and you can access it at any time of any day because it's stored somewhere on the back end, right? The back end is like where the stuff that the client doesn't see, the user doesn't see. The front end is what we see, what we click on, notifications, all that, right? So boom. I had all what I showed you, what was scrollable and had the post content and create menus, whatever. That was all on the front end, right? I created a back end, right, which is a separate server, because you know how to run, like, you have to create a server to run Stable Diffusion, right? So imagine creating a server to run the scrollable website, social media, but then imagine creating another server so that it's like an engine. You can create another server to run the front end, and then you can use the front end to send requests to the back end so that you're not bogged down on the front end. Shit's wild, son. This shit's wild. We're building tech companies overnight. So I added a database, right? And I couldn't get it to work for days, right? So I started working on the gaming development in the first-person shooter shit. Got that shit to work. So I was like, all right, let me jump back into the social media shit. Last night I did, or the day before, whatever. So, and then I started plugging stuff in. Oh, because I watched a video about JavaScript, basic JavaScript crash course. And then just within that, I took notes. My bag's in the car, but I took notes. Just within that little hour and 40 of basic JavaScript crash course, I think I only got 75% of the way through it. Just watching that, now I went back to my code the next day, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, this is just this, and this is just this telling this to do this. This is why this isn't working. Or if I didn't know why it wasn't working, I knew how to address it now because I know this is just a variable. This is just saying this equals this. And this is just saying this is calling what you said this equals. And bro, it's so simple, Link. If we can BMX, if we can play fucking Warzone and get dubs back to back, 3-peats, all type of shit, we can code our own whatever, literally. Like the amount of time that it would take you to pull up a box, like make a server and then pull up a box and then add knobs to it and then label the knobs and then just make the user experience, that would take you less than 24 hours. And then the back end where it's taking the vocal input and then changing it and then outputting it, which would be very simple. That's all you're doing, you know, because coding is just breaking stuff down into simple enough lines that you can write. And it's simple. Any business has a business plan. Any song, it's broken down, whether even if you just it's broken down because the beat is the structure and then you're just inputting whatever. But you can do it, Link, bro. You're smarter than me, my nigga. And now that we got the key to this shit, there's nothing we can't do. Kai, like this, you know this to your heart. I'll let you talk. Kyle did not code the beat plugin, the drip plugin. He paid somebody to do it off Fiverr, whatever. He's a real nigga because he's a businessman and he got paid off that. But Link, imagine if you don't have to pay a nigga on Fiverr to do it, you can do it and you have total control freedom. You can code your own what are they called when you crack stuff? Keygens.
Keygen.
You can create the look of a keygen now. You can make little animations. You know how the Nani, like, or it's like a anime and then it's an anime girl or whatever. You can make a keygen like that, but then make an actual animation of little tiny U's with ODR chain like running across the surface of her or whatever. Like, there's no limit to this shit. The only limit is niggas don't want to look into it, and so the internet can't even evolve. Right? We're 2 years too late. The internet has already evolved past us, but we don't use it because there's not enough Web3 nerds that are cool. There's not enough hip hop niggas that code, and there's not enough music artists that will look into the shit because they think coding's too hard. You can do the shit overnight, bro. Shit,
bro. Okay. Another thing that we need to do. So there's got to be a legal way around creating a def jam.
You can just create your
new artists.
Yeah, that's the thing is you would have to create it, right, which would be easy with Unity and your computers. It would be easy to do, right? All you would have to do, because we can model characters to look how we want them. You can make it a puppet def jam or whatever. You could literally do whatever you want, and then right. You could add, that's what you could do is you could add social characters, new social characters and update it, but create a baseline social characters like YJ or Rio or like, you know what I mean? You could keep it Michigan or you could go nationwide with it or go Florida or whatever. The thing is, Link, you have to be able to make it and then package it in a marketable way to where you can hit the artist people directly and be like, look, we're tapped in with the culture. There is no people who code that are tapped in with the culture, and if there is, they don't animate too. We do. We made Fulio, or we made Young and Ace, or we made these rappers, Lil Uzi Vert, to look exactly like they are, and they can fight. Look, play the game here and present it to them, and then they'll be like, "Wow, this is a moneymaker." Even if those artists choose to sell that for only themselves or for their fan base, even if they choose not to go to Best Buy with the game, that will still make $1 million. Kodak comes out with a video game that's a new def jam that he can fight other rappers. It doesn't matter if the rappers' names are there. You could put Trippy Yellow. You could just, it doesn't matter because it's doable. You know what I mean? And that's why the copyright we would be able to bypass all copyrights, because if your guys aren't going to get in on this Def Jam Fight for Vendetta, the new Fortnite, if you guys aren't going to get in on this battle royale that we made, then you're not going to make billions of dollars, right? You know what I mean? It's like, Trippy Red, if you don't want in on this, we don't care. We will not put you in the game. We'll put whoever wants to be in this, and then they'll get paid. You'll see that you mess up whatever, and then you know what I mean. So it's a no, you can't lose with this shit.
And if we told them like, oh yeah, Lil Yachty's already down type shit,
because
if we like frame it like that, once we get a couple artists on board, other artists would want on board because they know it's going to be big.
And we got connections to where we can we are the culture. We can plan, you know what I mean? We can put this shit in the hands of people who have the leverage that it would sell the day that we dropped it on Instagram, right? So that's why we need to just slow down, do it right. Because if we fall into that, fall into just, because this is the shit that I've done, brother, in less than a week, people go to college for, right, and still don't do. Because when you go to college, they teach you like, you're capable of doing it, but you, by the time you get out of college, you already got a job as a software engineer making 75K, you know, you're going to work, you're still working a 9 to 5, but you're making 75K, you're making 100K, you're not worried about shit. But I never got to go to Fair State. I applied for Fair State. The ACT scores that I had, niggas had the same score or less and got accepted, where I didn't get accepted. So it was GPA, it was whatever. At that point, I was like, oh, well, I got to re-rock this shit myself. And, it took me 10 years, but I'm so glad I looked into this shit, Link, because it's only us. Me and you are the only people in the world that know from BMX, if you put your mind to it, you can and will accomplish it, right? Now, whoever, I believe, like, bro, the stuff that I've been able to accomplish in such a short time, it has to be God. But even if we don't believe it's God, like, it's amazing what you can do if you don't take no for an answer and say, I'm going to do this. Like, it's so crazy. But we already knew that, right? But now we're putting it into exponential mode. Like you just said, the YouTube shit's easy. Now that we just now that we actually know we can win with this shit, it's easy.
No cap. Yeah, no, we have to. We should make the new Def Jam, bro. And then like, on top of that, we could fucking put our own music in the game.
Oh man, Link. See, that's the thing is, that's why you have to learn this. And I'll tell you, you know how I showed Josh my mistakes with coding, with day trading, and now this nigga pulling money out. You could take a 8-month leap. Well, I've only been really coding for like 2 months maybe, but you could leap ahead of me and go faster than me if you just jump right in. Because when I started coding, I'm like, okay, I want to do XYZ, I'm looking up tutorials, I'm studying shit. But Link, the way I'm writing code is, I don't even know if I'm wrong. I'm just asking ChatGPT, and ChatGPT they know what you're trying to do, but they're not going to spend their whole day fucking, you know what I mean? Like, they're only going to do so much. So it's like, the way that I'm coding is not as good as just learning how it works first. Because I'm a nigga who jumps right into stuff. I'm trying to get it done visually. I want to see it today. But if you just jump into how JavaScript works and how Node.js works and how 3JS and React.js works, well, I would start by doing 3JS, then I would jump 3JS, Vanilla.js, then jump to React, and then jump to right into Unity. Because if you have all three of those, plus you know how to use Blender, nigga, you can build so many applications in a day. And I'm still, starting this shit. But man, bro, Link, you could take it there.
For those so I can
what?
Tap into it. Because I'm literally about to code. I want to code my own website for. I want to sell plugins and shit like that, bro.
Link,
if I
bro.
made my own AI plugin,
you could do this shit.
There's a lot of shit. We can do.
You could do this shit by the end of the year, blood. You're smarter than me. So look, I'm about to send you a playlist, all right? Can I send a link to a private playlist?
I'm not sure. Honestly.
Okay. 6 months of learning JavaScript, but you don't want to learn the game dev shit. So
I don't care. I want to learn it all.
Okay. See, but if I just show you what I was learning, you'll only just know how to do what. Like, you're not trying to make a social media website. Let me see if I got some shit in this. Learning programming. Oh man, but once you know how plug-inable this shit is, Link, you're gonna scare Dean, bro. Because once Dean knows that, you could take this shit there for real. All right, I'm just gonna search this shit.
Why take less when you can get a beefy 5-layer burrito, a chalupa supreme, a double stacked taco, and a drink for just $7?
Project.
Say that one more time, Link.
I'm putting together me and Cujo's project right now.
All right. Well,
I
I
already told you that. It's about to be a slab.
no, I'm already knowing. I
Hello,
sent you
welcome
this
to Red
playlist
Stapler
for
channel.
3JS. Now look, you don't need 3JS for the applications that you're gonna try to code, but you're definitely gonna want to use it because you'll be able to do everything you're trying to do and so much more.
In
Okay.
3D. That's no, I want to use that because I want to make them look fire.
Yeah, and your knowledge of Blender, she said okay, thanks. And your knowledge of Blender is already sufficient enough to re-rock 3JS and scary. So I'm sending you 3JS, but then 3JS has a big brother, my nigga, and it's called React. And I'm gonna send you React tutorial. And then you're gonna be better than me, dude. You're gonna fucking jump in this shit and be selling, like you're gonna have a website that's full of only FL plugins, only, you know, and I would subscribe to all these niggas too, cause it'll just re-rock your YouTube algorithm to where you're like getting, and then I'm gonna send you JavaScript tutorial for beginners, the same exact one I watched, and after you watch that, I took notes on it. Dang, where's the one I watched? Okay, this is the one I watched. I took notes on it, and literally I only watched half of it, less than half of it, bro. And I now I know that coding is a small wall to climb over. And then I'm gonna send you one last one, bro. That talks about vanilla JavaScript. So it's just an extra banger that you just got under your belt. And Link, the worst part about this is, dude, my portfolio right now, dude, for my visuals and my graphic, like if I wanted to be a graphic designer, my portfolio is fire, like way better than what a lot of niggas are bringing for theirs, like, and they've been in college. And then if I tell them too that I do web development and I can and then I show them my website that I created after I make my digital chain clickable and my character clickable, like I'm gonna make it so when you click on the character, all elements of him, like his clothes, his chain, and his head and everything, separate far enough to where you can see even his grills come out, to where it's each element of the character, but it's clickable, and every time you click it, it's like a video game. Like you click it and you can see, oh, my chain's 52 millimeters, solid gold, digital, minted on the blockchain, and then there'll be a link to where you can go to my chain as an NFT. And then, but imagine that, bro. Imagine Louis Vuitton or Ass Pizza. They want to sell digital products to people on my website, and then, but I'm saying, say it has only 1,000 users, right? That's still a very big market of. And then it's targeted because if you're on my application using my app, you're creating your character, you're making posts, whatever, and it's only 1,000 people, that means these 1,000 people are fully locked into what's going on because it's a new social media. So these advertisements will be very valuable per click. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm not running it Google Ads and I'm just running it like, look, I have 1,000 users. You know what I mean? In the DMs, bro. Like if like I have to make it poppin' though, and they have to have OBS like screen recordings of me using it, me clicking on my digital chain and the lighting and the chain actually blinging, all type shit, and then they can see it in real time, and then like see people walking around. Like, you know, when Among Us came out and it was so popular because people would see on Twitter people running around as little astronauts laughing and they could hear the audio and shit. That's why it blew up, is because they seen it implemented.
Yeah, we gotta hit the marketing hard for it too. Make that shit blow up.
Not for real.
It would market itself though, I feel like, this day and age, because there's nothing else like it.
Exactly.
But no, when are you gonna launch your website?
Well, that's the thing, is the stuff that I did yesterday and like adding the database to it, I couldn't even launch it without that. And what I learned yesterday, like, look, Link, this is how you had to do it. You know how you make Stable Diffusion where you have to launch a server and shit? So I had to launch my server for what you seen, the scrollable stuff with post content, right? But the post content button wasn't implemented. Like, if I post something, it'll be there forever and anybody can look at it. It just popped up. So what I learned was you have to run your server, right? Then you have to separately in a different terminal run your backend server. Then you have to separately in a different terminal run your databasing stuff. And of course, there's ways where you can code it so that you can just run it by pressing npm start. But I didn't even know you were gonna have to run multiple servers in a database. I'm thinking this all happens under one terminal, and I can just, that's what I'm thinking I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, I'm coding this social media. But no, dude, there's like back ends to it, and like, it's like an engine. It's like a car. It won't work if you don't start it. After you start it, it'll run on its own. But it's like, I didn't even know that I had to start it separately. Like, and so we don't even know when we're using Twitter. There's Twitter that we see, but then there's the engine that's running Twitter on the back end that's making sure every video makes sure when you click on this link, a picture pops up, and make sure that when you like something, that you liking that is there forever until you unlike it, and everybody can see that, or everybody cannot see that, you know? It's fucking crazy, bro. But you wouldn't think of it as fun. Nobody would, because it's not, until you realize you can actually plug this shit in like Legos. Then it's Legos.
Yeah, I don't know if fun's the word for it. It's interesting, and it's probably fun to us, but to some people, they definitely wouldn't think this shit was fun, or they wouldn't even think it was interesting, honestly.
Well, the thing about it is, I don't think it's fun at all for me. What I think it is knowing that I can build like, you can wake up and be like, I want to build this plugin today. That's waking up and saying, I want to build this tech company today, right? Of course, you can keep them all under the umbrella of one collective tech company, which you can do that, or just play it how you want to. You know what I mean? We have our hands in this shit at a point now where it's so scary, but it's so awesome, because it's like, there's nothing you can't do. Like, people say, oh, you can do anything you put your mind to. But they don't live like that. Niggas don't wake up and live like that, bro. But it's like literal. When they say you can do anything you put your mind to, it's like so literal. Like, fuck.
I gotta make this plugin, and then I'm gonna fucking sell it for $10 million. No, I'm just gonna sell it myself until a company buys that bit.
And you gotta just be Kyle Beats. You're way more interesting than that nigga Kyle Beats. But he re-rocked YouTube first, and it's okay. But we're coming for all these niggas' spot, because they can't do what we can do. Kyle Beats, I'm coming for your spot. Link's coming for your spot. Fault, nigga, lame man. Now we fuck with Kyle Beats.
Yeah, we fuck with Kyle Beats, but I'm coming for your spot too.
Nah, like, it's like none of these niggas are safe, because they learned how to play the YouTube game. Like, we thought, oh, we have to make our music videos the fires. We gotta, you know what I mean? We thought a lot of ways. We thought it was going to look how we thought it was going to look. Now that we know, oh, we just got to learn the YouTube game, re-rock it, and then do whatever we want. Now it's scary for niggas, because it's like, we learned all the prerequisites that other niggas skipped over.
No, and the thing about what we know is that a lot of people will never learn the shit. They don't even think of this shit as prerequisites. They're always gonna like think other people have to do this shit, and that's why the bridge never gets fucking made. The gap never gets bridged.
Not
because everybody thinks they gotta be fucking Mark Zuckerberg to do this shit.
Nah, for real. And that's the thing. Oh, this is what I was talking about the other day. Look, Link, take me and you for example, right? Say you wanted to be a BMXer, Link. Hypothetical. Say I started BMXing before you, right? And I'm always at the skate park doing bad kid shit, riding my bike. But I'm not that good, right? But you know you could be better than me, but you see me doing some pretty cool tricks. You're like, oh, I could be better than him. Let me get a bike. But I tell you, I'm like, cause I like being the top dog at the skate park. And I know if you come up, start doing better than me, I won't really be able to do that. So I'm like, so think about it like this, Link. Me, if I know that making it seem too hard for you is all I got to do for you not to try, right? Like, for example, you say you're going to get a bike. I'm like, nah, dude, it took me 3 years before I ever could do even one small trick, bro. You'll never be able to do this. You right? Or whatever. And then say you weren't a real nigga and say you were just like, oh, you know, if I could discourage you by making you think that it's too hard, if I could, and that was all I had to do, then you would never win, right? Because that's how the world is set up. Is they make building tech companies seem so hard, right? Even in America, as a young American man who knows he can build whatever business he wants at any time of any day, they make coding seem so hard. Why? Because they know if they make it seem hard, you won't even try it, bro. You won't even attempt it. And that's the scary part, is because that works in so many levels of everything. Like getting it's just we could talk for days about what that applies to. But hey, bro, but I guess I haven't been streaming. It didn't connect, so I'm about to shut OBS down, and I'm about to call you right back though.
All right.
All right, bet.